Hey y'all, we's back. So we're gonna react to a video called "Red Pill is Useless If Women Don't Listen." Bruh. This is by Night Talk. I've been watching him for a little bit now. A lot, actually. I've been watching a lot of Night Talk videos on a lot of this stuff, just because he give me the vibe of where I'm from, up north. He give me that vibe. So I definitely been watching a lot of him, and I believe he's reacting to a Fresh and Fit video. But it was his comments on the video that struck me as very interesting, that I thought that we would react to. My wife has not seen the video, so this will be a genuine reaction.
Word.
Yes, call me Skeletor, baby. All right, so we're just gonna jump into it.
Yes.
Cool.
Ladies, stop being delusional. Even if you're 30 plus and have the best plastic surgery, work out, eat healthy, and do everything possible, your body/uterus isn't young anymore.
Ding, 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 ding. I quit. Everybody.
Yeah.
High value men want a legacy with a worthy woman, and if you can't give that, we don't want you.
Right. Agreed.
What?
Agreed.
You have something to say to that? Go ahead.
No, I don't have nothing to say.
I just don't get it. It's like men don't want hoes.
Super disappointed.
Yeah.
You guys don't want hoes.
Yeah.
But you guys will fuck a hoe that's been ran through.
Yeah.
And you will fuck up your whole family for a hoe.
You're missing the point here. The hoe doesn't have the relationship.
Yeah, but what if your woman just leaves and you just mess that up for a hoe that's been ran through?
Well, this is why we tell guys to be honest. But again, this is why women got to put their ego aside and understand that men are always going to want to have sex with other girls.
Okay.
Make that is like a statement, like a guy goes out there and says you need to be between 18 and 23.
Nobody
and
said
this
that.
and that and this and that. You said most of the guys prefer that, and I
Yes.
can tell
Then
you
most
that,
of the guys are trash.
I don't think that is true.
I mean, it's literally
I
a
agree
fact.
with the fact
You don't
that
think-
older
It's a
men
fact.
like younger women, 100%.
Yes, 18 to 24 is
100%.
that range.
100%.
Okay.
But, that's not the majority. There are certain ages. I think if you're successful at 30, you're not going to marry someone that's 18.
So
You know?
True.
You
Bro,
think?
what the hell?
You think?
Like, we literally stated a fact. Women are most attracted to men between 18 to 24. That is a fact. You refuse to accept the fact, and you think, well, I think and I feel like, well, we know that this is what it is. I mean,
For that type of men.
if I tell you Monday,
On statistics don't have the exception, don't have the people that stand out from the crowds, don't have that stuff.
you can't make an argument for an exception to the rule. You can't make an exception for the 1%. If a majority want this, you can't make an argument for the 1%. That's statistically insignificant, which means it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
Because
You know what though, man? It's the same story, different day, but the story remains consistent with these women. And like big picture to me, like this whole red pill movement, this whole red pill wave, it's like this whole red pill don't matter if women don't listen to it.
Yep.
Like big picture, like all it is cool. It's entertaining to see women get a reality check and fight it and see how delusional they are. Like it's good for entertainment, it's toxic, and it's informative for women who actually take advantage of it. But how many women do you think are actually taking advantage of this information? The majority of red pill information, I think women do not receive it. They don't take it in, they don't digest it. And if women are not digesting this information, all this stuff is useless. Like red pill is useless. All it's gonna I'm curious to see how things are gonna turn out from this red pill. Or I wonder, Just Pro does a really good job. Like Fresh and Fit, they take the toxic approach of forcing this down women's throat, like in an assertive way. But you can't talk to women like that, right? You have to deliver the message delicately for them to receive it. But even on Pearl, man, she doesn't have the aggressive manner in which she's delivering these truths to women, and they still fight it. They fight reality. Like they don't like hearing the truth. And if that's the case, all this red pill is going to do is it's just going to promote more singledom, men and women, because red pill is truth. It's reality. We all need to know what the hell is going on. Women, they discourage any type of reality seeking. They don't like it. They're comfortable living in la la land until it's too late. They get smacked in the mouth with the wall and then they wake up. Reality today, but it's too late by then. But this red pill, I feel like it's gonna promote more singledom, man, because On the one side with the red pill with the men, it's reality. We all men live in reality. You know what I'm saying? We know what the fuck it is. You ain't worth shit. You got to go out there and get it. If you don't get it, you are a lost cause. 10% of men out here really gonna be killing it at life. So what does that do? Like, I be thinking about if red pills actually, I know it's helping men because it forces them to see how fucked up their circumstances are. You know what I mean? You either gonna, adapt, and you're either gonna be discouraged from, trying to achieve the highest of heights, or you get motivated to achieve the highest of heights. And I wonder what is taking place. If the majority of men are not 10%, they hear these facts about life and how women are delusional and shit, all looking for drakes, and how most men don't make money, most men ain't tall, most men ain't fit, most men got a little.
Well, that is, wow. I did not see that coming.
Most men are unattractive to women. I wonder how that is affecting men as a whole. Is it encouraging them to do better, or is it discouraging them to do better? You know what I mean? And with that being said, discouraging them is going to promote more singledom for men, and encouraging them, I'll be thinking stuff about that as well, because like I know there's men out here on the cusp that can do better and put themselves in a lot better positions to make money and be more attractive to women, right? There's a sweet spot, I think. I wonder how large that group of men is, that sweet spot. But then I also see like the creme de la creme of men getting this red pill. I wonder how that affects them too, because like, if you know you're a top dog out here and you pretty much can do what you want, when you hear red pill like this, literally it turns you into God. It's gonna be on that man to have like the utmost morals and values to live a life of with one woman, a loving life and shit. Like if this red pill shit will make a man with money and clout and all that shit, like I can do whatever the fuck I want, and women will have to get on my shit, get gone. You know what I'm saying? But then those relationships don't tend to be that good either. You know what I'm saying? You look at women as property more as opposed to a person.
I mean, he said a lot. I agree with him, because it's just like, we said on a video, I don't know what order you're going to see this in, but we said this on the video recently, or I said this on the video recently. It's just like, I think that the red pill community, it's good in the sense that they're trying to help uplift men, that aspect, like teaching them or telling them like, look, you need to worry about getting yourself together, trying to be the best version of yourself, this, that, and the third. But on the flip side, when you're constantly basically telling the guy like, oh, you're the prize, you're the prize, you're the prize, you're the prize.
Men know what you're worth because you are the prize.
Like, what are you expecting to happen? It's like, okay, you go and you get your bag and this, that, and the third, and then what? You gonna die alone, just like Kevin Samuels would say about women. Bruh. It's the same thing with the guys. Like, if that's all that you're spewing, just like he said, like, these guys are going to think like they're gods. I am a god. And like, women should just bow down to them. And no, you're not. Like, it doesn't work like that. So it's just like, what's the point? And as far as...
We didn't sing it.
Woo! As far as the
Fresh and Fit?
Yes, as far as they're concerned, you already know how I feel about that. Like, I don't even understand. There's so much I want to say. Lord Jesus, help me. So it's one thing to behave in a manner where you're trying to do that for views, like you're just being toxic, or you're just doing things to get a knee-jerk reaction out of people so that you can get views, which I don't agree with, but everybody, they do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. But it's another thing, like, if that's just your personality, mm-hmm. and like that's just really your mentality, like I can't rock with them at all. Bruh. Like, I don't care if they have some good points. Mm-hmm. I can't mess with them because they're just...
You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't like messing with them. I just leave it like that.
Look, I wanted to play this because I've been watching Night Talk, Stevie Knight, for a little bit now, and just watching a lot of the content that he's doing on relationships and stuff. And there's a lot of people who are commenting on a lot of red pill talking points. And so for me, you know, it was just interesting because in 1 week I kept on coming across videos of guys like him. We did a reaction to O'Shea Duke Jackson, and they were basically talking about, you know, all of this stuff that we're telling you guys is the truth. And it is, you know, we're giving you a lot of realities about life, about the character and the nature of men and women and stuff like that, and relationship dynamics and all of that other stuff. But there's still work to be done in the relationship from the perspective of both the man and women to make an actual relationship work. I know when we did the Andrew Tate video, I was saying that I disagreed with the assessment that because men have this nature where they want to be with as many women as possible or whatever the case may be, not all men, but because we have this insane sex drive. And despite all of the stuff that he was saying, you know, ever since, you know, he was like, ever since, I love the way he talks though. You know, ever since the beginning of time, all of these men, every sultan, every king, every man of sustainable power, who he has the ability to gain women, has taken advantage of the fact that he has all of these options. And he never has just one woman. Never. And it just doesn't happen. So any man who gets to the point where he can actually do that, he's a top G like me. He drives a Bugatti. He drives a Bugatti. And then, yo, I love the way he talks. Y'all don't understand. Even if I disagree with you, if you deliver it in a certain way, I'm a crack up. But the reality is, yes, men tend to want sex way more than women. It just is. Does that mean that you have to be beholden to that? No, you can show some dick discipline. And if you're going to get into a relationship from the women's side, I would say to women, look, understand what it means to be with a man and tell him, I don't want you to be with nobody else but me. Because that doesn't leave all the onus just on him. You have to put in some work too. Sis, you're going to want to do it when you don't want to. If you expect him to stay faithful to you, you're going to have to. Unless you get a complete simp. And then that's going to affect so many other parts of your relationship. It's going to start to grow seeds of discontent because he's not going to be the manly man that you generally would want him to be. But there is a group of people who believe that they want everything to be equal. There are. We saw one. Him and his wife literally got divorced because he wanted 50-50 and she wanted him to take the lead.
This was Married at First Sight.
At the end of the day, that's what their whole situation boiled down to. But she wanted him to be...
She wanted a traditional man.
A traditional man. That's a better way to say it. And he wanted 50-50 because obviously that's what he was taught. Obviously, right? And that's the type of relationship and the situation he wanted. They literally couldn't work. They literally couldn't make it because of that. But I don't agree that because of that, you should just cheat. I believe that integrity matters.
Yep.
I believe that as a man, if you can find a way to get a situation where, you know, your wife or your girlfriend will let you do certain things, then, you know, as long as it's outside of religion, because if you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew, you can't have that and then still call yourself a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jew. And God ain't going to give you the okay to go and be sleeping around with all of these people, regardless of what happened in the Bible. And that's one thing. A lot of people use the Bible out of context to prove some of these points. If you want to have multiple women and you're talking about the Bible, you need to marry multiple women because outside of marriage, you're not supposed to be having sex, period. It's wrong, period. End of discussion. Just because we won't do it because we don't have enough self-control does not make anything right or wrong. If we don't find a way to communicate to women the things that we have learned about relationship dynamics between men and women, the realities that that people who have been exposed to the red pill have come to understand as to how men and women work, just in general, what they generally want, despite what they say, because that's one of the things about red pill. A lot of people will say stuff but not realize that subconsciously they're moving different than how they speak. If we can't find a way to tell the women these things that we found, these truths, and have them accept it, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because even if you go and you get your money, you get your bank right, and you get your job situation right, and your career set, and you the man, and this, that, and the third, and you have no relationship IQ, your marriage can still fail. Just because it takes 20 years to fail, don't mean it ain't gonna fail. It don't mean your pocket still ain't gonna be in jeopardy, and it don't mean you still gonna break up your family. And if you guys have had kids, you as a man have to stop being selfish and think about the kids that you might possibly have. You can't just make decisions based on you and just you. That's one side of red pill that is super selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about more than just you. Even Kevin Samuels would be like, what the hell is the point of you getting all of this money if you ain't nobody gonna have it with you? What you gonna do? Take it to the grave with you? That's literally what Kevin Samuels was saying. And he was pro-relationship. He was pro-marriage because he was pro-community. These red pill points are true. But if we can't use them to find out how to rebuild our relationships, our families, and our communities, what the hell is the point?
Right.
If you're just doing it for you to be selfish, then you can go off in the corner, beat off, and do that. Be selfish. You can have as many prostitutes and whatever that you want to have thrown at you. But please, I'm begging you, don't have no kids so that we don't have to deal with the fallout of your dumbass decisions. I'm begging you, don't have no kids. Because the way that you're moving is going to destroy your family, which is going to F your kids up.
Bruh.
Period.
Yep. And then they're going to grow up and do the same thing, and the cycle continues.
Yeah, like, yo, stop. Like, if you're going to do all of that, yo, those of you that's out there and you killing it and you ain't got no kids, you don't have that responsibility, so you ain't really worried about relationships. Long as you can keep that going, please don't drop no kids with these women and you still out here wilding out and acting stupid. I'm begging, please. I'm going to be quite frank. It's something I had to learn in my marriage because just like all men speak blunt, you just basically tell them what it is and stuff. You ain't worried about, we know women are emotional. It would be logical for us to use their emotion to our advantage.
Facts.
When you think about it, you know that women react a certain way. So speak to them a certain way.
We do.
Because when you're talking about masculinity, your main objective to actually get your point across, to help the person understand, comprehend, and make changes. Then figure out the best way to do that and move in that way instead of beating them over the head with it.
That would be more beneficial.
But you know, that requires effort, and it's always easier to talk about doctrine and all of that stuff than to actually do the effort to make yourself better. So I guess that would be that. All right, well, I'm done. I had a rant for that one, and that was it. I'm done. I'm tired now.
All right, guys. Well, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think. Hit that subscribe button. I think it's over here. And yeah, that's going to be that for this episode. Yeah.